Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Y&R Worldwide James surprise divorce news, the truth about his two secret marriages. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates indicate that Bryton James, who plays Devon Winters, is concluding his marriage, bringing some genuine divorce drama to light for the actor. Want more of The Young and the Restless? Get updates on the latest news about The Young and the Restless, straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. What is this? Report ad. TMZ has obtained court documents revealing that Bryton filed for divorce on October 13 in Los Angeles, signaling his intention to officially part ways with Y&R James, citing irreconcilable differences. Bryton hasn't even been married a year. This news arrives less than a year after Bryton and Y&R tied the knot, with their wedding taking place in March. However, signs of trouble emerged shortly after their nuptials, leading to their separation in June. Since Bryton and Y&R do not have any children together, this will simplify matters as they pursue their separate paths. Regarding Bryton James's requests, he is not seeking spousal support for either party and is asking Y&R to revert to her maiden name once the divorce is finalized. This isn't Bryton's first experience with divorce. He previously married Ashley Leesinger in 2011, but they officially ended their marriage in 2014. What is this? Report ad. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Most fans didn't know he'd been married twice. Following his first marriage, he had a relationship with Brittany Sarpy, Elena Dawson, for a long-term period. Although they never publicly confirmed their split, many fans knew of it. But not many fans know about the marriage before he dated Brittany, and if not for TMZ's diligent dirt digging, they may not have known about the second one either. It seems like life may have mirrored art, as his and Brittany's breakup must have happened around the same time Devon broke up with Elena. Fans recall that she's hardly on the CBS soap anymore, although it's not certain that it could be related to their real-life breakup. Bryton James was a child star on Family Matters. Some fans may recall Bryton James from his role as Richie Crawford on Family Matters, but viewers of Y&R recognize him primarily as Devon Winters. As far as anyone is aware, Devon is blissfully married to Abby Winters, Melissa Ordway, yet there are subtle indications of potential relationship troubles looming ahead. A new storyline suggests that Abby and Devon's love story might encounter a significant obstacle, perhaps a betrayal. In the coming weeks, Devon will face unexpected challenges that could put his family in jeopardy. Is it possible that Amanda Sinclair, Miss Hale Morgan, will tempt Devon and create an opportunity for him to betray Abby? Only time will reveal the answer. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y&R right now. Come back here often for The Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates. What is this? Report ad. Y&R Bryton James surprise divorce news, the truth about his two secret marriages. Fans of The Young and the Restless are reeling from shocking new headlines surrounding longtime cast favorite Bryton James, who plays Devon Hamilton. The actor, who has spent decades in the spotlight for his successful television career, is suddenly at the center of personal drama that has left many speechless. Reports of a surprise divorce and whispers about not one but two secret marriages have sent social media into a frenzy. Now, as fans demand answers, questions about Bryton's private life are spilling into the public eye, and the truth behind his romantic journey might be even more complicated than anyone realized. For years, Bryton James has been one of the most grounded, private stars in daytime television. A veteran of the soap world, he's known for his humility, professionalism, and loyalty to the Y&R family. But beneath the calm surface, sources claim a storm has been brewing. Rumors of an unexpected breakup, sealed court filings, and even a mysterious second marriage have surfaced, leaving fans wondering how such major life events could have stayed hidden for so long. It all began when eagle-eyed fans noticed that Bryton had quietly deleted several photos from his personal social media accounts. At first, it seemed harmless, but the timing sparked curiosity. Shortly after, a series of cryptic posts and fan comments hinted that something significant had changed in his personal life. One insider close to the Y&R cast claimed that Bryton's private world took a surprising turn earlier this year when a long-term relationship ended under complicated circumstances. Those complications? Allegedly tied to a secret marriage that few, even among his closest colleagues, knew existed. Bryton has always been intensely private, but even by his standards, this was something he wanted to keep completely off the radar, said a source familiar with the situation. He wanted his work to speak for itself and didn't want his personal life to become a headline. But when legal papers were filed, it became impossible to hide. The actor, who has been part of the Young and the Restless family since 2004, has grown up before the audience's eyes. Viewers have watched Devon Hamilton evolve from a troubled teen into a successful businessman, mirroring in some ways Bryton's real-life growth and maturity. But now, it appears that behind the scenes, he's been navigating a deeply emotional and complex chapter, one involving not just one marriage, but two. So what's really going on? Reports suggest that Bryton's first marriage, which took place quietly several years ago, ended amicably but privately. The actor never publicly confirmed it, and few records. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Exist because of the discretion both parties maintained. The second marriage, however, is what has fans most intrigued. According to sources, Bryton allegedly tied the knot again in a low-key ceremony that even some of his Y&R co-stars weren't aware of. The relationship reportedly blossomed during the pandemic, when many stars found solace in private connections away from the public eye. He wanted to protect her, another insider explained. Bryton has been through the public eye since childhood, so he understands the pressure that comes with fame. He didn't want his partner to be targeted or criticized by fans or tabloids. So they made the choice to keep their marriage entirely out of the spotlight. But secrecy has its price. As the rumors of divorce began circulating, questions about whether the couple had separated months ago, and whether the paperwork had already been finalized, began dominating fan discussions. It's been heartbreaking for him, one close friend reportedly shared. He values loyalty and trust more than anything, but things got complicated. When careers, distance, and fame collide, it's hard to keep personal matters private. He tried to handle it quietly, but the truth has a way of surfacing. Bryton's life has always been a fascinating blend of fame and normalcy. As a former child actor who appeared on Family Matters before becoming a soap staple, he's managed to avoid the scandals that often plague Hollywood stars. However, this recent turn of events reminds everyone that even the most level-headed celebrities have private struggles. Some fans are also speculating about whether these emotional upheavals could influence his future on The Young and the Restless. While there is no official confirmation of any changes to his contract, longtime viewers have noticed a more emotional depth in Bryton's recent performances. Many wonder if the personal pain he's endured has subconsciously made its way into his portrayal of Devon, a man who also knows the pain of love lost, betrayal, and second chances. On social media, reactions have been mixed. Supporters have flooded his pages with love and encouragement, urging privacy and understanding. Others, however, are hungry for more details, digging through old interviews and photos for clues about his romantic timeline. Some fans have pointed out how, over the past few years, Bryton has been noticeably selective about what he shares publicly. He used to post about friends, travels, and behind-the-scenes moments, one longtime follower commented. But recently, he's gone totally quiet. That's not like him. It made people wonder what changed. It's important to remember that Bryton's decision to keep his relationships out of the limelight may have been an attempt to preserve normalcy in an industry that rarely allows it. For someone who has spent his life in front of the camera, privacy becomes sacred. He's never been one for drama, a production insider added. When others chase headlines, Bryton stays focused on his craft. This situation must be very painful for him, because it's exactly what he's always tried to avoid. Meanwhile, rumors about his alleged second marriage are swirling across online fan communities. Some claim that Bryton's mysterious spouse was someone connected to the entertainment industry, while others insist she was a non-celebrity, perhaps someone from his past who re-entered his life unexpectedly. Without confirmation, much of this remains speculation, but the timing aligns with subtle changes fans have observed in recent years. Whether or not both marriages were legal or symbolic remains unclear, but what's evident is that Bryton has been through a season of emotional transformation. Divorce, especially when handled privately, often signifies not just the end of a relationship but the beginning of self-rediscovery. Those close to him believe that's exactly where he is now, focused on personal healing and professional growth. Bryton's been through enough in life to know that pain doesn't last forever, another friend noted. He's not bitter, he's reflective. He's taking time for himself. He's always believed that every ending is a setup for something new. This philosophy mirrors his character Devin's storyline on Y&R, where themes of forgiveness, redemption, and renewal often take center stage. Perhaps art really does imitate life. As fans continue to speculate about the details of his marriages and divorce, Bryton remains silent, neither confirming nor denying any of the reports. That silence, in itself, speaks volumes. It suggests that while the public may crave answers, Bryton is choosing peace over publicity. Still, the revelation of two secret marriages has sparked. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Conversations across the entertainment world. How did one of daytime television's most visible stars manage to keep such significant relationships hidden from the public? Some point to his maturity and his understanding of Hollywood's invasive tendencies. Others say it's a testament to his loyalty to the people he loves, that he would rather endure rumors than expose someone he cared about to public scrutiny. Whatever the case, one thing remains clear: Bryton James is redefining what it means to be a private celebrity in a digital age obsessed with disclosure. Even amidst heartbreak, he carries himself with dignity and grace. As the divorce headlines continue to swirl, fans can expect him to maintain that same quiet strength that has defined his entire career. In time, perhaps Bryton will share his side of the story, on his own terms. Until then, he remains focused on the young and the restless, where his character Devin continues to embody resilience, loyalty, and emotional intelligence. Ironically, it's those very qualities that Bryton himself seems to live by off-screen. And maybe that's what makes this news so captivating. The lines between fiction and reality have blurred for one of soap's most beloved stars, but through it all, Bryton James stands tall, a reminder that even behind the brightest smiles, there are untold stories, quiet heartbreaks, and the courage to begin again. Bryton hasn't even been married a year. What really happened to the Y&R star's sudden split? Fans of The Young and the Restless were stunned when shocking reports surfaced that beloved actor Bryton James, who portrays Devin Hamilton, may already be heading for a split, less than a year after quietly tying the knot. Known for being one of daytime television's most private and down-to-earth stars, Bryton's personal life has rarely made headlines. But the revelation that his marriage may be unraveling so soon after his wedding has sent waves through both the entertainment industry and the Y&R fan community. How did things go wrong so quickly? What happened behind the scenes of what was supposed to be his happily ever after? For someone as reserved as Bryton, this kind of speculation cuts deep, but sources close to the actor insist there's much more to the story than meets the eye. When news of Bryton's marriage first quietly broke, fans were thrilled. After years of keeping his romantic life out of the public eye, the actor had found love again and decided to make it official. There were no flashy announcements, no red carpet appearances, no magazine exclusives, just a simple, private ceremony surrounded by a handful of close friends and family. He's not the kind of person. But as the months rolled by, fans began to notice subtle signs that something might be off. Social media activity slowed. His posts became more subdued, his tone more reflective. And then came the sudden disappearance of certain photos, moments that had quietly celebrated his new love. The silence spoke volumes. Bryton's not someone who airs his laundry in public, another source explained. When he removes something, it's usually for a reason. He protects the people he loves, even when things aren't easy. According to multiple reports, Bryton's marriage began to show cracks just a few months after the wedding. Insiders claim that conflicting schedules, intense work demands, and the pressure of maintaining privacy in an era of constant exposure took a toll on the relationship. "Bryton works long hours on Y&R," said one coworker. "He's incredibly dedicated to his craft. But being a lead actor on a major soap means your life revolves around storylines, publicity, and fan expectations. It's not easy maintaining a marriage when you're constantly on set or doing press work." Some have speculated that Bryton's commitment to privacy may have also unintentionally caused distance between him and his partner. "He's guarded," one insider added. "Even when he's in love, he's cautious. That's part of who he is. He's been in the industry long enough to know that too much exposure can destroy something good. But sometimes, that caution makes it hard for someone else to feel connected." As whispers of a possible separation spread, fans began to express shock and sadness online. Many pointed out that Bryton's real-life romance seemed to mirror the kind of turbulent love stories The Young and the Restless is famous for portraying. Others couldn't help but compare his situation to Devon's fictional relationships on the show, filled with passion, betrayal, heartbreak, and resilience. "It's almost eerie," one fan posted. "Devon just can't catch a break in love on screen, and now it seems like Bryton can't off-screen either." Despite the rumors, Bryton has remained completely silent, refusing to confirm or deny anything about the state of his marriage. That silence has only fueled further curiosity. Why hasn't he spoken out? Could there still be hope for reconciliation? "Silence doesn't always mean the end," one close friend suggested. "Sometimes it means someone is trying to protect what's left, or to heal privately before saying anything publicly." Insiders have described the situation as emotionally intense. There was love, there was hope, but there were also misunderstandings that grew into something more serious. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Newly married, you're still learning how to merge two lives, another source explained. And if that relationship is happening under the pressure of fame, it can unravel fast. It's not that there wasn't love, there was. But timing, stress, and expectations can make love harder to hold on to. The alleged separation came as a complete surprise to many who know Bryton personally. Friends describe him as loyal, kind, and deeply committed once he opens his heart. "Bryton doesn't jump into relationships lightly," said a longtime Y&R colleague. "When he gives his heart, it's genuine. That's why this is so painful for him. He wanted it to work." Those close to him say he's been channeling his emotions into his work lately, pouring his energy into his performance on The Young and the Restless. It's no coincidence that Devon's recent scenes have carried extra emotional weight. Fans can feel the authenticity in his delivery, the kind of pain that only comes from real-life experience. In interviews over the years, Bryton has spoken about how important it is to separate his on-screen world from his real one. Yet life has a way of imitating art, and this chapter seems to blur the lines between the two. Devon Hamilton, much like Bryton himself, has struggled to find lasting happiness in love. Perhaps that's why fans connect with him so deeply, they see truth in his pain. Behind the glitz and fame, Bryton has lived a life of quiet endurance. Having grown up in Hollywood, he's seen the highs and lows of the entertainment world. He's been part of the industry since he was a child, starring in Family Matters before transitioning seamlessly into soap operas. Despite the fame, he's stayed grounded, focused on kindness and creativity. It's this balance that's made him one of Y&R's most respected stars. But this latest turn in his personal life reveals that even the most composed individuals face heartbreak when love falters. As rumors swirl about the state of his marriage, some reports suggest that the couple may already be living separately. While details are scarce, the split is said to be amicable, with both parties seeking peace rather than drama. "There's no bad blood," one insider insisted. "Just sadness that it didn't last. They both wanted it to work, but sometimes love just isn't enough." What's especially heartbreaking is that Bryton hasn't even been married a full year. The speed with which things changed has left fans stunned. Many were rooting for him to find happiness after past romantic disappointments. Now, with his newlywed chapter seemingly closing, supporters have rallied behind him with messages of empathy and encouragement. "He deserves love and peace," one fan wrote. "He's given us so much joy through his work. We just want him to find his own joy again." Industry insiders believe that this experience, painful as it is, may shape the next phase of Bryton's career. His recent performances have been lauded as some of his best in years, with deeper emotional range and authenticity. That kind of artistry often emerges from personal reflection, and Bryton, ever the professional, seems to be channeling that emotion into something powerful. As for the truth behind his sudden split, time may eventually tell. For now, Bryton appears focused on work and personal growth. Those who know him best say he's taken the time to step back, breathe, and heal. "He's always been resilient," one friend said. "He believes everything happens for a reason. He's the kind of man who learns from heartbreak instead of letting it break him." In an industry that thrives on gossip and speculation, Bryton's quiet dignity stands out. Even as whispers swirl, he refuses to fuel the fire. That kind of composure is rare in Hollywood, and it's part of why fans love him so much. He's a reminder that celebrities are human too, with emotions, heartbreaks, and dreams of their own. The story of Bryton James' brief marriage is both sad and deeply human. It's a tale of love that burned bright and fast, of two people who tried to make it work under impossible pressures, and of a man who continues to face life's challenges with grace. Though he hasn't even been married a year, Bryton's story isn't one of failure, it's one of resilience, self-awareness, and quiet strength. As he continues his journey, fans are standing firmly behind him, ready to support whatever comes next. Whether his path leads to reconciliation, new love, or simply peace within himself, one thing remains certain: Bryton James will emerge stronger than ever. Just as his character Devon rises from heartbreak time and time again, so too will the man behind the role. And maybe, in that way, fiction and reality aren't so different after all. Bryton James was a child star on Family Matters, the untold story behind his rise to fame and the journey that led him to The Young and the Restless before he became one of daytime television's most beloved leading men on The Young and the Restless. Bryton James was already a familiar face to millions of viewers who grew up watching him on the classic sitcom Family Matters. What many fans of Y&R may not realize is that Bryton's incredible journey through Hollywood began when he was barely old enough to ride a bike. From his early start as a child actor alongside TV legends to becoming a veteran soap star with multiple awards under his belt, Bryton's story is one of resilience, grace, and quiet determination, a rare tale of longevity and balance in an industry that often burns young talent out before they reach adulthood. When Bryton James first appeared on television, audiences instantly fell in love with his charisma and natural acting ability. Born in Lakewood, California, in 1986, Bryton began performing at the age of just 2, appearing in commercials and modeling campaigns. But his big break came when he landed the role of Richie Crawford on the hit ABC sitcom Family Matters, a spin-off of Perfect Strangers that would become one of the most iconic shows of the 1990s. Bryton joined the cast in 1990, portraying the son of Rachel Crawford, Thelma Hopkins, and quickly became a fan favorite. For 9 seasons, Family Matters delighted audiences with its warmth, humor, and unforgettable characters, including the legendary Steve Urkel, played by Jaleel White. Amid the slapstick comedy and family values, young Bryton brought innocence, humor, and genuine heart to his role. He was more than just the cute kid in the background. He held his own in scenes with some of television's biggest stars, earning praise from critics and co-stars alike for his professionalism and charm. Bryton was always mature beyond his years, Thelma Hopkins once said in an interview. Even when he was little, he was so focused. He knew his lines, understood his character, and had this spark that made everyone on set love him. Hopkins would go on to become a lifelong friend and mentor to Bryton, supporting him long after Family Matters ended, a bond that continues to this day and even extended to The Young and the Restless, where she would later join the cast as Denise Tolliver, reconnecting with her former on-screen son in a full-circle Hollywood moment that touched fans deeply. But while Bryton's early fame was a dream come true, it also came with challenges. Growing up in the entertainment industry can be overwhelming for any child, but Bryton's parents ensured he stayed grounded. His father, a musician and songwriter, and his mother, an actress, kept him focused on education and family values. They taught him how to navigate fame without losing himself, a lesson that would serve him well in the years ahead. When Family Matters ended in 1998 after nearly a decade on the air, Bryton faced the difficult transition from child star to adult actor. For many young performers, that period can be career-ending. The world moves on, roles dry up, and the industry that once embraced them turns its attention elsewhere. But Bryton had something special, a natural adaptability, a genuine love for storytelling, and a quiet determination to keep growing as an artist. During his teen years, Bryton explored different creative outlets. He did voice work for animated series, appeared in guest roles on television, and immersed himself in music. What fans didn't see behind the scenes was the immense focus it took to rebuild his career from the ground up as an adult. While some former child stars struggled with identity and public pressure, Bryton reinvented himself with patience and persistence, determined to earn respect as a serious actor rather than simply being remembered as the kid from Family Matters. That opportunity arrived in 2004, when Bryton landed the role of Devon Hamilton on CBS's The Young and the Restless. It was a bold move into a genre that demands emotional depth and consistency, and it quickly became clear that Bryton had found his true home. His portrayal of Devon, a foster child who rose from hardship to become a powerful, compassionate businessman, resonated with viewers and earned him widespread acclaim. Within 2 years, Bryton won the Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Younger Actor in a Drama Series, solidifying his place among the best in the business. His character's journey was often raw and emotional, tackling real-life themes such as loss, identity, and redemption. Through it all, Bryton infused Devon with authenticity drawn from his own life experiences. "Devon has been through so much," Bryton once said in an interview. "But he keeps pushing forward, and that's something I relate to. We've both had to grow up fast, to figure things out, to learn how to keep our hearts open even when life gets hard." That emotional truth became a hallmark of Bryton's acting. It's what separates him from many performers who fade after early fame, his ability to evolve, to deepen his craft, and to connect to audiences in a real and enduring way. Off-screen, Bryton's evolution has been equally inspiring. A passionate advocate for children's charities, he co-founded RADD Kids, recording artists, actors, and athletes against drunk driving, and has spent years speaking out about social causes. His humility, intelligence, and empathy have made him a respected figure not just among fans, but within the entertainment community itself. It's no surprise, then, that when Family Matters fans recently rediscovered Bryton's early work thanks to streaming platforms, many were stunned to realize the adorable Richie Crawford had grown into one of daytime television's leading men. The contrast between the bright-eyed little boy on a family sitcom and the charismatic adult star of Y&R is striking, yet the same warmth and sincerity still shine through. His evolution feels natural, like watching a talented kid grow into the person he was always meant to be. Even more heartwarming is the continued connection between Bryton and his Family Matters family. He's spoken fondly of his time on the show, calling it one of the most formative experiences of his life. The lessons he learned on that set, about professionalism, collaboration, and respect, would shape how he approached every project afterward. And when Thelma Hopkins joined The Young and the Restless decades later, their reunion wasn't just nostalgic for fans, it was emotional for them both. "It was like no time had passed," Bryton said. "We just looked at each other and smiled. We were back together again, but this time as two people who'd both grown and lived so much." Bryton's ability to maintain such long-lasting connections in Hollywood is rare. His quiet, loyal nature has made him not only a favorite among castmates but also one of the most respected actors in the soap world. He's won multiple NAACP Image Awards and continues to deliver powerful performances year after year, earning him the title of one of the most consistent stars in daytime drama. But beyond the awards and accolades lies a deeper story, a story of perseverance. Unlike many who stumble after early fame, Bryton managed to navigate the pitfalls of Hollywood without losing sight of who he is. He credits his family and close circle of friends for keeping him grounded. "I've been lucky," he said in a 2023 interview. "My parents gave me everything I needed to stay balanced. They taught me that this industry doesn't define you, your choices and how you treat people do." That philosophy has shaped every aspect of Bryton's career and life. Whether he's playing Devon's intense emotional storylines, quietly supporting charitable causes, or reflecting on his time as a child star, he carries himself with authenticity and grace. In a business often dominated by ego and excess, Bryton's humility is a breath of fresh air. Fans who followed him from Family Matters to Y&R see him as a symbol of what's possible, a reminder that fame doesn't have to corrupt, and that talent, when nurtured with patience, can endure for generations. Watching Bryton now, it's clear that the little boy who once charmed audiences with his smile and comedic timing has grown into a man with heart, purpose, and integrity. As Family Matters continues to find new life on streaming platforms, younger viewers are discovering Richie Crawford for the first time, unaware that the actor they're watching would go on to make history in another beloved television genre. Meanwhile, longtime Y&R fans continue to marvel at how Bryton's career has come full circle. It's a legacy built not on controversy or fame, but on hard work, talent, and character. Bryton James' story proves that longevity in Hollywood isn't about constant reinvention, it's about staying true to yourself. From the laughter-filled living room of Family Matters to the dramatic boardrooms of The Young and the Restless, he's carried with him the same spark that first captivated audiences over 3 decades ago. Today, as Bryton continues to shine on Y&R, his journey stands as a testament to endurance and evolution. He's not just the former child star who made it, he's a man who turned early success into a lifelong career built on talent, respect, and quiet strength. And for fans who have followed him from Richie to Devon, it's been a joy to watch every step of the way.